Dead Space is one of the most critically undervalued series of the past 2 decades. A fact that's largely down to a certain Capcom zombie-slaying phenomenon. Regardless of how good the recent Resident Evils have been, this year's Dead Space remake is an absolute masterpiece. Scary, weirdly gorgeous, and gloriously violent. It's a brilliant tribute to a survival horror icon that's now 15 years old. We can't think of a better time to give the alien slicing series its festering flowers. So without further ado, grab a Superlight 2 gaming mouse so you can be fully prepared for the horrors that lie ahead. And let's run down the reasons Isaac Clarke's monster-mauling adventures continue to send such spine-tingling fright straight through our petrified souls.
Alright, I know you're confused right now. I can explain everything, but you gotta trust me, okay? Listen, you're in terrible danger.
Isaac Clarke may technically be employed as some sort of space engineer, but he clearly missed his true calling. Spend even 5 minutes in the Stoic Hero's company, and you'll quickly realize he should have become a surgeon of the highest order.
Isaac, what have we done?
Place that iconic plasma cutter into Clarke's hands, and he suddenly transforms into a necro butcher capable of performing the most brutal of limb-slicing operations. Thanks to Dead Space's legendary strategic dismember system, every mainline entry in the series is blessed with hyper-bloody battles that require a keen aim to shoot your undead alien foes' crucial extremities off.
Just get us out of here alive.
To completely contradict both Thor and Thanos from Avengers Infinity War, it's no good aiming for the head in Dead Space. Part of what makes EA's horror franchise so special is its unique focus on lopping off intergalactic limbs. Both the original 2008 Dead Space and its brilliant 2023 remake take a shed-load of spooky cues from Ridley Scott's 1979 sci-fi horror masterpiece, Alien. Every creaking vent and bump in the night that sounds alarmingly close is one of Dead Space and its subsequent sequels' greatest strengths.
Welcome, CEC engineer Isaac Clarke. Access granted.
Each wheezing pipe on the USG Ishimura and claustrophobic corridor of the sequel's subsequent sprawl can spook the stuffing out of you without a single necromorph ever appearing on screen. When it comes to masterful, spine-tingling sound design and that constant sense of living in a future where technology is constantly banged up and never quite works as it should, Alien's influence on Dead Space as a series could hardly be clearer.
Please, leave. Get somewhere safe. If I can find a way to kill it somehow.
You could serve up an all-you-can-eat buffet consisting of nothing but black pudding, and the plasma-heavy results still wouldn't be close to how gory your average Dead Space skirmish is. Over the course of 15 years, this iconic survival horror series has served up consistently squelchy deaths that never prove less than wince-worthy. Whether you're stomping a necromorph into the great beyond with Isaac's industrial boots, or carving up undead alien flesh like a Sunday roast with the Ripper gun, Dead Space remains the all-conquering overlord of video game gore. Isaac, you really are an ET-slaying savage, and we couldn't love you more for it. The Matrix and Max Payne may have both been quicker on the holster when embracing slow-mo shootouts, but when it comes to space-time bending gun battles, Dead Space still ticks off all the limb-shredding boxes. First introduced in the original 2008 Horror House in Space, Stasis mode has played a key part in Dead Space's combat for well over a decade. Find yourself overwhelmed by necros with not quite enough time to reload your trusty plasma cutter? Then simply unleash a blast of bullet time juice to slow your zombified foes to a crawl, making it oh so easy to blast off their limbs as they slowly stutter through the air like a terrible N64 port.
Looks like that door is malfunctioning, Isaac. Try using the stasis module you just picked up.
If you're averse to any form of aviation, you may hate the Dead Space franchise's gravity-defying set pieces. For the rest of us who don't mind leaving the terra firma behind, Isaac's zero-G puzzle sections are a hoot.
Entering zero gravity.
While they may have been a little undercooked in the 2008 original, Dead Space 2 improved upon these levitating sections big time. A tradition the 2023 remake of OG Dead Space services in spectacular style. It turns out, slicing and dicing space monsters in midair is mega fun.
Life support failure. Oxygen output is 0. This area is unsafe for habitation. Personal oxygen supplies are now required.
As a nerve-fraying franchise, the Dead Space series really loves epic, pants-wetting set pieces. Whether it's the final hive mind encounter during the original, a battle so big it looks like Clark is facing off against a skyscraper-sized tapeworm, wasting tiny aliens in the creepiest children's ward in history, courtesy of Dead Space 2, or that nerve-shredding sequence against the series' answer to Jurassic Park's hideously quick stalkers. The series' big action moments are as inventive as they are alarming. And how can you not tip your cap to that hunter-freezing Hasta La Vista Terminator 2 aping moment from OG Dead Space and its remake?
Initiating cryogenic freeze. Cryogenic freeze complete. Transferring specimen to storage.
It's definitely the least loved entry in the OG Dead Space trilogy, yet that doesn't mean Isaac's story capper doesn't have a whole lot to offer. Not only does our monosyllabic beastie basher inherit a lovely warm parka during the frigid Dead Space 3, he also learns a super handy combat rolling game that all but ditches jump scares for all-out gunfights. Still, when you get to the clearly John Carpenter-inspired frozen world of Tau Volantis, there's plenty of frosty fun to be had. Largely freed from the claustrophobic confines of the first two games, Isaac finally gets to stretch his legs across a sprawling intergalactic tundra. Is his chilling adventure as compelling as the previous two entries? Definitely not. Yet a Dead Space current-gen remake for PC could work wonders for a threequel that was never fully given its frosty flowers.
Ellie, is that you? Are you in range?
God damn it.
So, 7 reasons we love the Dead Space series. How did you celebrate the 15th anniversary of the first game? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like if you liked it, and subscribe to the Logitech G channel for more videos just like this one.
You take these things to Earth, it's all over.
Only for the faithless. Humanity will be made whole, Mr. Clark, with or without you.